Today's video is sponsored by me, Jason Akers. I know a lot of YouTubers and content creators are placing ad breaks in their videos these days in order to make ends meet. And I understand why, but all my videos are created by me, paid for by me. I buy my own cameras, editing software, microphones. I spend hours of time recording and editing the videos for you, my audience. I don't like a lot of self-promotion, but I wanted to take the time to let you know about the ways you can help support the videos and my content. I have a large list of links in every description of every video I provide you with. All of the pesticides I use in my business are listed on my Amazon page. When I started my business, I used Amazon a lot in order to receive my chemicals and equipment the next day delivery. It's a service that I trust, so I list pesticides there for you to find. I also have several affiliate links listed for B&G products and pesticides as well. My course on bedbugs is the #1 course on Udemy's website that goes over extensive treatment methods on the control of bedbugs, from automobile treatment to living room and even bedrooms as well. If you have checked all of those links and still wish to support me, I have a PayPal, Patreon, and other ways to donate to the channel in the links on my main page of YouTube, as well as in the description of every one of my videos. As always, the best way to support me at what means the most to me is if you will like this video, if you will share this video with your friends, and if you will subscribe to my channel. That honestly means the most to me, and that's what keeps me going, truly. More than money, more than anything else, is just keeping you guys happy and keeping you with the content that you like to have. Speaking of subscribing, I also have a join button at the top of my YouTube channel as well. This feature is new with YouTube and works in much the same way as a Twitch subscription works. When you hit this button and join the channel, it gives you special features that only joining the channel can give. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to reading your comments in the comment section below, giving me any suggestions you might have for the next video. So don't forget, like and subscribe, and on with the show. There we go. Is that working now? Let me see. Yeah, that's working. Finally. Evidently, my power shut off the other day. And when my power shut off, it decided to reset all of my settings on my computer. So then I got to go through here and figure out what is wrong with my computer. I think y'all heard the music, right? I think y'all heard everything. Everything but my microphone, apparently, until just now. So, I hope everybody's having a good night. Everybody doing all right? Thursday night, getting ready for the weekend. So, hope everybody's doing good. Who is this? Mister. Yes. Rory got bit by a dog. Everybody's asking for Rory. I told Rory I want him to come on here and talk to you guys about his dog bite. But Rory is upstairs with the baby. I'm late tonight because all the kids were wild. And I, of course, get them all riled up, and then they're wild, too. And so I don't really help a lot with that. But Rory's doing better with his dog bite. He got bit by a mastiff. Does anybody here know what a mastiff is? Here, let me give y'all a refresher and let you watch this video. Let me see if I can get this thing to play. There we go. There it is. Hold on. Let's see a share. Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers with Akers Pest Control, and I've never done one of these videos before. If you know me, you know that I do tutorials on bed bugs, cockroaches, all kinds of stuff like that. And I teach people how to kill bugs, but This is a very unique video, and if you're interested in more information, just leave a comment below and I'll be happy to, answer any questions or maybe do a more in-depth video. But my son, Rory, was attacked by a Mastiff at work. A Mastiff is a very big dog, and it possibly has broken his fingers, and so live streams have got to be put on hold because I'm having to do all the work. So if you're interested in any information on what happened and this is a video you'd like me to do, then just leave a comment below. I'm not going to waste your time anymore, but I just wanted to make sure you understood that this is why I haven't been live in a while. So y'all have a good day. Bye. So that's what happened to Rory. Rory got bit by a big dog, and he was out of commission for about 2 or 3 days. Couldn't really work. Had him do we haven't had x-rays. They did an x-ray the day he got bit, but the swelling was so bad that we weren't really sure if he's got any broken fingers or anything like that. I don't think they are broken, but what happened is, so a month ago I went to the guy's house and I started an initial for mice. He had a real bad mouse problem. And the guy gave me this long, detailed explanation about how his dog was aggressive, trained to bite people, just a really mean animal. And that he would absolutely bite somebody that came in the yard that didn't know him. They would bite you. And so he said, you stand outside. This is where the invisible fence is. Now, he won't cross the invisible line. This is what he told me. And he brought the dog out, and I stood there, and I petted the dog, and I played fetch with the dog. The dog was really friendly. But, and I didn't have any problem with him, so he's real nice to me. But Rory went to the house about a week and a half ago, and the guy's like, hold on. And Rory's like in the middle of the yard. He's doing his job and everything. And the guy's like, let me let you meet the dog before you go in the house. And he just lets the dog loose. He didn't take him over to the line or whatever, to the invisible fence, and introduce him to the dog, because Mastiffs can be aggressive if they don't know who you are. And the dog just ran out of the house, made a beeline for Rory, and bit him in the hand. So that's what happened to Rory. It's kind of crazy. Hey, Rory.
1 second.
Okay. Rory will be here in a minute. I told him I wanted him to talk to people and let them know he was doing all right. If I got... Let's see. No rabies. No, the dog had all of his shots up to date, had all of it. He was going back and forth to the vet. I mean, the guy takes really good care of his dog, but he's got a mean dog. And so, but like I said, he never had a problem with me. I didn't have a problem with the dog. I figured, people will tell you. They'll tell you in pest control, and I've been in pest control all my life. They'll say, well, I've got this mean dog. He's so mean. He's so mean. But then you find out he's not mean. The guy just wants you to be home. He wants to be home when you're there so that, he knows what you're doing or whatever, keep an eye on you. But this dog evidently was mean. Here's Rory. Here, come in here, Rory. Can you see him? Can you see right there? He says,
hey.
Say hi. Show him your hand. Which hand was it?
This one right here.
See, he's got the bite marks still. There we go. It's healed. It's healed for the most part. Where are all your bite marks? You got to do it on the camera so they can see it.
Okay, so let's see if I can do this. There's one right there. One right here. I've got that one right there. And then that's it.
The other two were kind of superficial. They've been already healed.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, little bites. He had 5 puncture wounds. So he's doing all right now. I think he's doing all right. He's been working. He worked today. He worked yesterday. Not going to work tomorrow. I don't think we have any work scheduled for tomorrow.
No.
They can't see you because if I turn the camera, then it's going to look up the stairs. And if Mom comes down, she don't like people to see her on camera. Yeah. So you can't be seen. So, yeah, it was a deep bite. It hurt pretty bad. How's your hand feel now?
Tight.
Tight. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far it's fine.
Yeah, how's you bend it? Here, show him. Can you bend your finger?
Yeah.
See, he could bend his finger. It ain't broken. I don't think it's broken anyway.
I hope it's not.
I would show the pictures, but the stream might be banned. You know, I showed, the only picture I showed was a picture of his hand, where, well, it's on my video. So if you go here and you look at this video, I'm going to show it again.
Hey everybody,
This won't let you fast forward
Akers
at
Pest
all.
Control, and I've never done one of these videos before. If you know me, you know that I do tutorials on bed bugs, cockroaches, all kinds of stuff like that. And I teach people how to kill bugs, but this is a very unique video, and if you're interested in more information, just leave a comment below and I'll be happy to, you know, answer any questions or maybe do a more in-depth video. But my son Rory was attacked by a mastiff.
That's a dog.
A mastiff is a very big dog, and it possibly has broken his fingers.
All right, so that's a picture that I showed on stream. That's all. That's not very gruesome. That's not too bad. He's already bandaged up, got galls. Now, that's what they did at the house, right? That's what he did to you after you got bit.
Yeah, that's what the customer did.
Yeah, the guy did that to him after he got bit. And then later is when they've got him like this. You see, let's just play this video again.
And so live streams have got to be put on hold because I'm having to do all.
And that's what they did at the doctor's office. So see, he's fine in that picture. That's the day. That's like the day we got back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's either it's had to be the day because it's got all this brown stuff on there still. Yeah, and all the gauze and everything. And he had to dress his wounds for 2 or 3 days in a row, make sure they were all right. And he just now, I think today's the first day he went without a Band-Aid on, wasn't it?
No, like last 3 days.
Last 3 days, no Band-Aids. But they were cool Band-Aids. They were like little monsters on them and stuff, like you give to like a 4-year-old. So, I don't know. Wait a minute. What's going on from the pictures here?
It got really bad and swollen.
Wait a minute. What am I doing? I don't know where my buttons are. Sorry about that. That was weird. What'd you say, Alicia?
It got really swollen to where he couldn't close his hand.
Yeah, he couldn't close his hand at all. He couldn't hit nobody. And, you know, sometimes you got to beat some people when you're in this business. Make them pay you. Make sure they pay you. Kristen knows. She's a black belt.
Don't say that.
Let's see. All right. But anyway, let's talk about bed bugs because people are asking. The Church of Moomin says, if I got bed bugs in my apartment, would I have to burn my stuff? No. I hope not. No, you just treat. So what I recommend to do to control bed bugs is you treat your furniture, you treat your mattress, box spring, headboard, footboard, the bed rails, the sofa, love seats, lazy boy recliners, all that kind of stuff. And then you, if you've got stuff that you can't treat, like stuffed animals and stuff like that, you can put stuffed animals in the dryer, most of them. Some you can't. Read the tag, make sure they're tumble dry or whatever, and you can put them in the dryer, and the dryer will actually kill. Are you leaving?
Yep.
Tell people, say bye-bye.
Bye.
But you can take and dry a lot of stuffed animals, and it will actually kill bed bugs on your stuffed animals if you're worried about that. But, you know, some stuffed animals can be washed. I mean, I got kids, and they got stuffed animals, and they will drag them around the house. I know Emma had longest time one of those little TY Beanie Baby things, one of the big monkeys. And we washed and dried that I don't know how many times because that thing would get grungy because she carried it with her everywhere. Everywhere. So, but yeah, you can treat everything, and if the stuff that you can't treat, leave it in like a shoebox or something near the bed, an open shoebox, or just under the bed or whatever, so that the bed bugs, if they are on your things, they have to crawl out to get to you. When they crawl over the bed that's been treated, they die. Don't use things like mattress encasements or anything like that. Leave your bed exposed so that when the bed bugs crawl up, they crawl on a treated surface. And that works pretty well. I sleep on the floor. Well, if you sleep on the floor, then you need to treat around your baseboards and places like that where the bed bugs can hide. Bed bugs don't like to live out in the open. If you do sleep in the floor and you make like a pallet in the floor of blankets and stuff like that, you want to pick your blankets up and leave them up off the floor because you can't treat your blankets. But you can throw your blankets in a dryer or a washing machine and wash the bed bugs away if they get in your blankets. But bed bugs will live in your sheets and your covers, comforters. It's very important that if you do have bed bug problems, that you launder your bedding frequently because it does help a lot. You really do need to do that because you can't treat your mattresses or
not your mattress, I'm sorry, you can't treat your sheets and your covers and your comforters and stuff like that with pesticide. So you need to wash them frequently. How do I treat backpacks for bed bugs? Well, the way I treat a backpack for bed bugs, you can't treat backpacks with just any kind of pesticide, but I use Crossfire. Crossfire is labeled for backpacks and luggage and stuff and even shoes. And so what I do is I will zip it shut, and I will actually treat the outside of the backpack with Crossfire, top, bottom, side, zippers, all that stuff with Crossfire, and then I let it dry. I don't treat the inside. I mean, I know it doesn't really give a specific, like, let me show you what I mean. Let's show you the label. No, but you really can't treat, you can't treat a lot of things with pesticides, like personal belongings, but Crossfire does allow for that. So it says here, infested bed linen should not be treated. These should be removed, tightly sealed, plastic bag, laundered, dried at high temperatures prior to reuse. Let's see. Maybe it's down here. Okay, for best results, let's see. Okay, so here we go. For example, this is talking about treatment areas. For example, on and around baseboards, floorboards, millwork, bed frames, headboards, wall hangings, furniture, door and window frames, walls, closets, window treatments. Then it goes to beneath floor coverings as well as other non-washable items that may come into contact with bed bugs, such as luggage, shoes, and backpacks. So you are actually allowed to treat your luggage, your shoes, and your backpacks with Crossfire. And you can also treat pets' living environment. You can spray pet beds. You can spray on and around pet beds, bedding, floors, sleeping areas, and furnishings that dogs and cats and stuff like that will sleep on. Because bed bugs will feed on those animals if that's the only choice they have. For example, if you decide to go out of town and you've got somebody that maybe comes by, takes care of your cat or your dog or feeds them or whatever, and your dog is the only choice of a subject in the house as a host, then the bed bugs will absolutely feed on your dog and they will start living on your dog bed. I have gone in homes where the bed bugs were living on and around the dog bed, and I actually had to pick up the dog bed and treat it and kill the bed bugs there. So they will live there. So, don't think they just live on human beds. They live on pet beds too. They can't really live on a dog or a cat, but they can live around the dog and the cat. And if they stole your pillow, I don't think I'd want to sleep on somebody else's pillow. They must have really needed a pillow, because I would never want to sleep on a pillow, someone else's pillow. Let's see what's going on here. I'm sleepy. I'm trying to figure out what everybody's saying. If your mattress was encased before you before you had bed bug problems, I wouldn't worry about it unless the mattress encasement is ripped. If the mattress encasement is ripped, I would throw it away. And don't buy a new one until you know the bed bugs are dead. There are mattress encasements bed bugs can get through. Not every mattress encasement is impervious to bed bugs. You have to have a very specific encasement, because some encasements are just for dust mites and stuff like that, and they won't necessarily work with bed bugs. And you have to make sure you actually get a mattress encasement that is specifically for bed bugs. But truthfully, if you have a bed bug problem, mattress encasements are not a solution. They are never a solution. You can never use a mattress encasement to get rid of your bed bug problem. They will never work. They cannot withstand the life expectancy of a bed bug. This one here, is this amber? I think this is amber. This is mine. All right, she's a bed bug. Let me see. Is she alive? I don't think she's alive anymore. I think she died. She bit me, and then she died. What does that say about bed bugs that bite me? So this bed bug, Alicia, this bed bug.
I was wondering if maybe you absorb some like through the skin.
Maybe.
I've wondered that before. Like I was speculating that it could happen.
So, how long does ivermectin stay in the system?
Oh, I don't think it stays in the system very long at all.
Because it's been like a year and a half. So this bed bug is dead. Amber is dead. We should hold a funeral and say a few words. Alicia, would you like to say a few words?
No, thank you.
Why not? You said that so quickly. She was a bed bug up until the day she died. The end.
Nothing but a bloodsucker.
Nothing but a blood-sucking bed bug. You do need to turn the furniture upside down and spray. I'm having a hard time because there's a lot of orange up there. Let's see. Susan says, do you need to turn the furniture upside down and spray? Yes. Sorry, I'm tired tonight. If I get a bed bug cover, do I spray the sides? I don't understand. I don't understand that question. I don't usually treat bed bug covers. I make people take it off. So there's an interesting thing about ivermectin. I'm gonna put Amber back up here because she's dead. She's not gonna do nothing. They have found there are studies being done on people that have taken ivermectin, and there is a symbiote that lives inside a bed bug's body that when a bed bug bites a human being that has been on ivermectin, it kills that symbiote. So what happens is when a bed bug bites you, they're feeding on blood, and the blood doesn't carry enough nutrients for the bed bug to actually live a nutrient-rich diet. And so what happens is the ivermectin, the symbiote, what it does is it takes the blood and it creates vitamins and minerals that are detrimental to the bug's ecosystem. It's important for the bug to live. The ivermectin kills that. And when it kills that symbiote, the bedbug starves to death and dies. And so it is possible that if you are receiving ivermectin treatments, and then like for lupus and different things like that, and then you get a bedbug problem, it's a lot of times the bedbugs just die because if they bite you, they die by themselves. Just because the blood that you have is poisoned to bedbugs. Bill says, brother, you sprayed so much your blood has turned into Bug Killer 101. Yeah, I don't know. It bit me. I know it bit me. It got nice and plump. I think I let y'all watch him.
Maybe.
I let him watch Amber bite me, right?
That like if you pulled up your sleeve, I don't even know what you were wearing that night. Like if you pulled up your sleeve, maybe there was some residue.
Was I wearing my uniform?
I don't know.
Now, if I was still wearing my uniform shirt, let me see. Let me dump her out on my desk right here. Freak out my wife a little bit.
Oh, I hope she is dead.
I know. For my safety, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if Amber is alive or dead. Let's pour her out right here. Oh, yeah, she's dead. She's dead. Is she dead? Yeah, she's dead. She's dead. She's D-E-D dead. Where's that come from, D-E-D dead? Did I start saying that? I don't remember. I think I got it from somewhere. I don't think that's one of my originals. All right, so if I sweep her off real quick into my hand, can I put her back? See, there she is. See? She's right there in the palm of my hand, and she is not alive. She is dead. Poor Amber. She's dead. Yeah, her legs are curled up. She's dead. She's dead. Yeah, Paper Sense says she was there. She watched the bug bite me.
So they know she bit me, and now she's dead. So maybe I do have. I mean, I've been doing bug killing for 35 years of my life, and really pretty steady for nearly 30 years, because at 12 years old is when I went out and was homeschooled, and that's when I started working all the time. And I would actually take my schoolwork with me to work, and I would work with my dad, plus I would do my schoolwork. And Paper Scent says, what kind of funeral is Amber getting, cremation or a toilet? Send her down the river, the Hershey River. Do I need to use an entire bottle at once? Do I buy another bottle for follow-up? So the problem, this is one of the biggest problems with Crossfire, is let me show you. Now I've sent messages to MGK and I've talked to him about this, but one of the problems with Crossfire, now this bottle, this is actually an old model, but when you buy a gallon of Crossfire, this is the type of jug that you get. Now, you see how you can measure it out. Now, Crossfire is measured 13 ounces into 115 ounces of water. So basically, it's 128 ounces finished solution, which is a gallon. So you got 1 ounce, 2 ounces, 3 ounces, 4 ounces, 5 ounces, 6 ounces, 7 ounces, and 8 ounces. So you can actually measure this out based on how much water you're going to use for your treatment. This is great. All right, I love this design. This is a really good design. But one of the problems with the 13-ounce bottle, and I'll show you, is that they come in these little 13-ounce bottles like this. Now, this 13-ounce bottle of Crossfire, it has no way of measuring out that 13 ounces into other ounces. So it's very difficult to measure this out. And people who have told me, I tried mixing half a bottle to a half a gallon, or I tried mixing a quarter bottle to a quarter gallon, or quarter, whatever, and they tell you that they don't have very good success because this is really measured out to be used in 1 gallon sprayers. That's what it's for. If you're wanting to try to cut this, you're gonna do a bad job, and it's not gonna work as well. You really do need to just spring for the gallon, and this is shelf stable for like what, 2 or 3 years, a long time. It's just not going to go bad as long as you haven't mixed it with water. Same for these. I mean, if you want, you can always buy a couple of these bottles too. A couple of these will be cheaper, but because 2 of these are like what, $40 a piece, so you're figuring, $80 you got 2 of these. This jug here, let's see on the label, that one, that's like $350 to $400 for one of those bottles. Do not mix with hot water. Use lukewarm room temperature water. Don't use hot water. Hot water actually breaks down pesticides. Heat specifically breaks down pesticides, including Crossfire. So use warm water or lukewarm water, not hot water. Don't ever use hot water. So I really need to make a new mixing video to explain it a little better, because people confuse when I say room temperature or warm. They think all of a sudden they just use straight hot water, and that's not what you want to use, because hot water will break down your pesticide. Oh, excuse me. Preventative, if you're going to do preventative for bed bugs, there's a better chemical. So let's just go to YouTube. I am really tired, apparently. So if we go here, we're going to do preventative, and no, I don't want that. Go away.
All right, so if you scroll down here, show more. Let's go to the Amazon store real quick. This is the easiest way to do it. And preventative bedbug supplies. All right, is Alpine listed here? It is. So Alpine WSG is right here. This is usually what I recommend for prevention. And it is cheaper. It is better in water once mixed. I think it's like 16 days or something. You don't even have to spray it all right away. It's good for a long time, even after it's mixed. But these are dry, water-soluble granule packets. So they look like little, I don't know, little granules, okay? You mix these in water, they dissolve, and you can use, I think it's like one packet will make an entire gallon of chemical. And so you could buy a pack of 5 and you could use these preventative once a month and treat your place once a month for prevention. These are very effective on prevention and they're cheap. I mean, you can get a whole pack for $30.45. So that's what I recommend using as a preventive. Not Crossfire. Crossfire is too expensive. I don't recommend treating leather. So I'll show you what you do on a leather couch. All right, let's say it's this one. Is this a good one? You tell me. Or how about this one right here? Let's use this couch. This is a good one. If it's going to load, maybe it's not. Let's try this one. There we go. All right, let's copy this image. I'll show you how to treat these couches. Because I have had people ask me, what do I do about leather? Because they typically don't live on leather as bad. I mean, they will, but it's not as bad as upholstered furniture. So on a leather couch, you don't really want to overall treat this entire couch. Okay? Like if it were upholstered, I had no problem doing that. But the places that you want to treat with Alpine, let's see if I can make it bigger because it'll make it easier for me to do this. So on this couch, the places that you want to target with your Alpine are here, here, here. These are the places I would treat if I came in your house. And then you want to do here. Now, you want to pull this part back. So when you grab this section here, this section right here, and you pull it, let's see, I need to pick a better color. Let's do blue. All right. You pull this section here back, this whole section. All right. And you want to pull it with your hand the best you can. And you want to pull it this way. All right. You pull it. Okay. And then you treat inside this crack that you make. When you pull this cushion back, you treat all along this area. And that goes the same for that side and this side. All right. And then you want to pull this arm up right here, because this arm right here, it's not directly attached to this armrest, this little pillow. So what you have to do is you have to pull this part right here back with your hand, the best you can. You know, pull it back. And then you take your sprayer and you treat this crack right here. And then, of course, if the cushions remove, if you can remove the cushions, you need to remove the cushions. But if you can't, if they're sewn in place, then you treat this spot, you treat, this spot here, you treat between them, like here and here, and here and here, and of course right here. Pull this thing back, just like on all these other sides. You pull it back where you can, and you treat in here. You want to pull these cushions right here up, and you treat in here. All these cracks. The whole goal is to get the chemical to put it where the cushions join together, where they're actually sewn together in the seams. Those are the places that the bed bugs will hide. You can't always take the cushions off, but if you can, you need to do that. And you need to treat down. And if you could pull the cushions off, when you remove these cushions, it will leave this area right here exposed, and you'll actually have a crack there underneath where these cushions are. Because let's just draw a little square right here. to give you an idea, to show you about how this will be, because you'll have a little line in there too that you want to treat down in there, and all along this back piece right here where the cushions actually go in. Let me see if I can find a picture of one with the cushions removed. I've got a video actually showing it. Let's see. Couch without cushions. Yeah, see, it doesn't really have any pictures. They're all trying to sell you something, so you don't really have very good images. Here's one. Let's use this. This is a good one. Let's use this one. All right. This is going to be really distorted, but you'll get an idea. All right, so this is a couch without the cushions on. So you see how you'll have this area here where the back of the couch meets the place where the butt is. You treat in this crack here, and this crack here, and this crack here, okay? Because those are places the bed bugs will hide. They'll also hide here, and they'll hide here. Whenever you sit on the couch and you get bit like on your elbow, it's probably because the bed bugs are right here or right here, all right? And you need to pull that stuff back. You need to treat in those cracks. Flip it upside down. Treat this spot here too, because that's a seam. Those are seams right there. You need to treat those spots. See how I treated that there? You want to treat that spot too. All right? So, did I just do something I wasn't supposed to do? I think I might have messed up my screen a little bit. I got to fix that again. Man, I done messed that all up, didn't I? There we go. Anyway, I hope that explains it to you, the places you want to treat on your couch. And the same way goes with like a sectional and stuff too, is you want to, yeah. Anyway, hopefully that explains it. Itchy head. When you pull the cushions out, you want to treat the zippers on the backs of your cushions too. And the seams and everything like that too, just like a mattress. Oh, you know what? I don't have my number up right now. I was talking to Rory and I had the phone lines cut off because I wanted to be able to talk about Rory's dog bite. And I didn't even have my number up. Let me check and see what's going on here. Oh, now it wants to update. So that's probably not going to work either. More than likely. Don't drown the furniture, because you'll cause mold to grow. Okay. Because it is water-based chemical. About a year ago, I saw a bed bug on my headboard. I killed it. Then immediately went to Walmart. I used Raid non-aerosol bed bug spray. Bought encasements for my bed and box spring and steamer. After I treated everything... after I treated everything. Okay. Ever since then, I have been very paranoid, checking my bed and couch often. I have not seen a bug since, and I've looked everywhere. But every now and then, I experience an itchy bite. It's usually just one or two and isn't severe. Also, sometimes I have an itch or a bump or a red mark. So, this is a common thing. And hi, whoever just texted me and said hi. Hi. The problem, all right, so there are lots of signs that you have bed bugs, not just bug bites. Lots of things will bite you. Fleas, spiders, ants. Mosquitoes. You can get carpet beetles. You can get carpet beetle reactions. You can have a reaction from a medication that you're on. There's lots of things that will cause bed bug type bites that have nothing to do. Stress. Stress can cause you to break out in bumps and itchy bites. Even though it's not actual bites, it's actually stress bumps. You can get stress bumps and they'll be itchy. So, if you're really stressed out about it, it could be something like that. You may not have bed bugs at all. If you're not having any kind of, case encasement, like the little bed bug casings, poop you know, the black smears on your around like bed skirting or box springs or anything like that, then you know you're not actually having bed bug problems. If you haven't actually found a live bug or any sign other than bug bites, you probably don't have bed bugs. It's probably something else causing you the issue and not bed bugs at all. But I understand the paranoia. I absolutely understand the paranoia. Oh, me. There goes another yawn. Somebody sent a text and said, "Hi, Jason," but then that's all I got. So. Let's see. My number's loaded now, Kristen. What's your opinion on all the Reddit people who claim bed bugs are resistant to crossfire? They're liars, or they don't know what they're doing. People that claim resistance to crossfire don't know what they're talking about. I mean, let me put it this way. It is a possibility that bed bugs have developed a resistance to crossfire. Crossfire is a brand new chemical. It hasn't been out. Actually, it hasn't really been available readily, except for maybe the last 5 to 10 years. And 10 years is really stretching it. I find it, Reddit is as reliable as a screen door on a submarine. Yeah. Perfect, Joe. That's a perfect thing to say right now. Right now. I think Joe's got insider information on what was wrong with that submarine, Alicia.
Oh my god, that's just tragic.
He says Reddit is as reliable as a screen door on a submarine. I will tell you right now, just, you know, since everybody's talking about this submarine that went down at the Titanic, I feel sorry for those people. I know that they were exploring, you know, and they knew exactly what the risks were when they went in on it, but it's a shame they had to die. You know, you got this submarine that's been up and down to the Titanic wreck like, what, 20 different times, and this one time it decides to implode on itself. It's pretty bad. It's pretty tragic. Can you spray around the outside of a bed bug protector? I mean, people do. I don't. I don't treat around an encasement. I make people take them off. I don't do it. The problem with an encasement is an encasement has waterproofing materials and stuff like that on it. And it's not going to allow the chemical to soak correctly. It's not going to be as effective. So I take them off. All right, let's see what this conversation says. Jason, could you explain how to spray behind a picture on the wall? The best way to do behind a picture on the wall is with a paintbrush. If you mix your chemical and you use a paintbrush, you can actually paint the back of a canvas or the back of a picture frame. Test it on an inconspicuous place first and make sure it's not going to stain or mess up your picture. But that's what I recommend using on the back of a picture frame. Is the aerosol version of Crossfire effective? Only for about 2 weeks. Not very effective past 2 weeks. And that's another thing. People are cheap. All right. This is just the truth. People don't like to spend money. And if you go online and you compare Crossfire. So we're on Amazon right now. Let's compare prices. All right. This is Crossfire Pesticide. This is the bottle that you mix yourself. And this is aerosol. All right, somebody says, sorry, I couldn't retype that. Oh, here we go. I got your message now. That worked. But let me go over this first. People are cheap, okay? This is $28 and it comes ready to mix. All right, ready to go. Ready to go, ready to use. You don't have to mix it in anything at all. This you have to mix, and you got to buy a sprayer, and it's already almost $40. Okay? People will buy this thinking this is the same as this. While this is the same active ingredient and everything, and it's mixed just like this isn't an aerosol, and it will not last as long. This is better. This, not so much. This will last longer. This won't last as long. Okay? So if you buy this and you're having problems with bedbug resistance, it's not bedbug resistance. This is just not as good as this, even though they're the same chemical. Mixing yourself is always better. So let me get to this question here by Mr. 314. I'm going to call you 314 because I don't know your name. All right. Hi, Jason. About 2 weeks after we got back from our vacation, I started getting bites. I'm assuming that they are bed bugs because I'm only getting bitten about once a week. I figure carpet beetle hairs wouldn't be on a schedule. But all of my bites seem to be under my clothes, not on exposed skin, and the bites aren't in groups, but pretty spread out. Is being bit under clothes during the day normal? Not for bed bugs, no. How can I recognize bird mites? I hear birds hanging out outside my back window a lot, although I don't see a nest. Normally with bird mites, they bite exposed areas as well, not under the clothing. There are mites that do, and I'll get onto that after I finish reading this message. This weekend, I'll be further inspecting. I've bought Crossfire and the orange squirter. I know you said Crossfire will work on carpet beetles even... Oh, no. Crossfire doesn't really work that well on carpet beetles, even though it's meant for bed bugs. I mean, it will kill them, but it's not that well. It won't work on bird mites at all. I'm making several assumptions and want to make sure that they are right. I bought a new bagged vacuum and steamer. I have clutter. I'm assuming the best thing for me to do now is to vacuum, apply Crossfire, declutter the next 3 weeks, and steam and reapply. Yeah, you could do that. Don't waste time steaming and decluttering first. Get the chemical down. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Jason. You got a good name, Jason. Nicest guy in the world. Thank you. I've learned so much from you. Lowered my anxieties. Well, thank you, Jason. You didn't have to donate. Yeah, but you just say that. I would have got to it eventually. You don't have to give me nothing. But thank you. I appreciate it. Let me see here. Because of what you said about encasements, I'm guessing that I shouldn't pack clothes in plastic bags to get them out of the way. No, I wouldn't. Unless they go in the dryer first, right? And finally, since I want myself to be the bait, I probably shouldn't put those interceptors. Do not use interceptors if you're using Crossfire. It will cause Crossfire not to work. I was going to paint Crossfire on the outside of the interceptors, but it would probably do better. No, but it'd be better just to leave the interceptors off altogether. They don't work anyway. Honestly, interceptors are only good, and I'll show you what an interceptor looks like real quick. Let's look it up on Amazon. What? Come on now. These are bed bug interceptors. These are what people buy and they put them underneath their bed legs. There's all kinds of different ones, different colors, different ideas people have for what works and what doesn't work. These honestly don't work. I have seen all kinds of different designs. These do not work. If you think these will keep bed bugs from getting on you, they do not work. They will still get to you. You will not keep them away by using these. They do not work. They just don't work. It's the truth. They don't work. You're better off putting a piece of double-sided tape around your bed leg. Some sticky tape. If you're wanting to catch bed bugs, that will catch them better than these. These don't work. But truthfully, the best way to do it is to just treat your bed with Crossfire and let them crawl up and try to get to you, and they'll die. They will die. So when I treat for bed bugs, I use a B&G.
Let's go over this different types of streams. So let's show you this. This is a B&G, right? This is a B&G 1 gallon sprayer. Okay? They're expensive. They're very expensive. This is what I use. This is a professional piece of equipment. The reason I like it is because it comes with this type of a tip. All right? Now, if you'll look there, you've got your pen stream on the top. On the left is a fan spray, a coarse fan spray. On the right is a fine fan spray. And on the bottom, that's for a needle injector. Okay? You don't use that. You'll never use that. That's mostly for like carpenter ants in a wall or something like that. But the pen stream is what I always tell people. If you're going to buy a Walmart sprayer that doesn't have a lot of pressure, this piece of equipment can get a lot of pressure. I mean, if it's not a windy day, I can actually hit a hornet nest that's 2.5 stories off the ground with this sprayer. You're not going to get 2.5 story reach with a plastic sprayer from Walmart. You're not. You're not going to get that kind of pressure like you can with a B&G. Now, when I go in and I treat a house for bed bugs, I do not use a pen stream. I use a fan spray because the fan spray does a better job for me. But you also have higher pressure. You can get it to penetrate around the seams and the tufts of the mattress, the folds, because it's got higher pressure, you're forcing the chemical into the cracks and crevices, okay? You cannot do that with a Walmart sprayer. That's why I say you need to use a pen stream when you're treating for bed bugs specifically if you're going to buy a cheap Walmart sprayer. If you're going to buy a B&G like this, then you can absolutely use a fan spray. It will make you much more efficient. You'll get the job done a lot quicker, but you're going to spend a lot of money because that's the type of tip that comes on a B&G. You're not going to get that anywhere else. This is patented. B&G has this patented. No one else makes this tip. If you get a sprayer that has it, that's because they've paid B&G to be able to use their patent because it's their patented. That's their trademark kind of thing. So, I do use fan spray. So, most of the time. I have many boxes with decorations in another room. How should I spray this room? The best you can if it's bed bugs. You want to avoid, Crossfire has a very loose label. If we're talking about treating things with Crossfire, it's a very loose label. It allows for the treatment of a lot of stuff. It even says on the label, treat everywhere you think bed bugs are. And by the way, thank you, Kenju. I saw you. I noticed you. I didn't want to think Kenju. I didn't notice you. I noticed you there. But Kenju's money bags. He comes and donates every time I'm on live stream. And I don't want to make him think I didn't notice he was there because I see you. But people... So you can treat a lot of stuff with Crossfire. If you can't get it wet, clothing and stuff like that, you don't treat that with Crossfire. If it's a bedroom, okay, so if you have a house, let's do another drawing episode here. Let's do this. All right. Let me draw up. Let me explain some stuff because it's easier for me to do it this way. I can explain it better this way. So let's say you've got a basic floor plan. Wow, that looked horrible. Let's undo that. And let's draw a circle like this. All right. Here's your floor. Okay? You come in. Let's say you got a bedroom here. Okay. You got a bedroom here. And you got a bedroom here. All right. And you got like a living room here and a kitchen here. Okay? This is the way your house is set up. This is what we're going to say anyway. All right. Let's say this room is like just a junk room. Like you got like a desk maybe in the corner. You don't really use it a whole lot. It's mostly just for just stuff that you got just to cram in somewhere, because you got to put your stuff somewhere, right? So this will be, there's like a desk in the corner. Maybe you got a box here and a box over here and just a bunch of stuff. You don't really use it. It's mostly just for storage, right? Well, the likeliness that bed bugs are in this room is slim to none. And the reason I say that is because no one is in this room. So when you go into a house, like if you walk into the door right here, let's say your doorway is right here. All right? The first question that you got to ask yourself when you walk into a house with bed bugs, where's the food? Okay? Where is the food? You are the food, right? So if the question you ask is where is the food, and the food is not here. So the food, which is you, right, is not here. Food's not there. But you got your, 12-year-old son is in this room right here, and there's his bed. And then you sleep here in your bed, all right? Then more than likely, and then let's say your sofa's here, okay? And then your TV maybe is mounted on this wall and the door to go in the bedroom here. It's weird setup. Whoever designed this house is just stupid, doesn't know construction. Probably is Jason Akers. But the point is this is the way your house is set up. It doesn't matter if it's right. I'm just trying to use this for an example. All right. So the place that the food is going to be more likely here. Here. Well, I'm doing X's though. I shouldn't do X's. Let's do this. Here, here, and here. Check marks, right? All right. There's where the food is, okay? So you'll treat, I'm sorry, my head is covering up. Let me just do this real quick. Let me just do this. Wait a minute. Video capture device. Let's close that. And let's close that. Okay. So there's our room. There's our house. Now you can see the whole map. Okay? So this is where the food is more than likely going to be. The bed bugs are going to be more than likely in these areas. Okay? If you have a very, very, very heavy infestation, and we're talking extremely bad, to where you might even have bed bugs over here, they might be in this room. They might be in this room. But the point is that you treat this room, this room, and this couch, and the living room. All right, those are your primary sources of bed bugs. That's more than likely where the bed bugs are going to be. They're going to be like right along this wall here. That's horrible. See, I get real... I'm like, all right, so riding around this wall, or behind the couch, all right, or the couch itself, okay, and the bed, and this wall here, around the baseboard here, in this room. Build yourself a barrier around the whole room. Treat all the baseboards around the window door frames and the picture frames and the window frames and all that stuff. All right, curtain rods and stuff like that, okay? This room, treat this room real good. Treat up and down the hallway, down the baseboards, up and down the hallway. Okay, and you could treat as much as you can. As far as like baseboards and stuff, treat the baseboards and everything. Give yourself a good barrier. There's nothing else to treat in this room. There's no beds. There's no furniture or anything in there you can treat. But treat the best you can. The baseboards. That's it. Okay, and then what you're doing is you're creating an area with crossfire that if the bed bugs try to cross it, they're going to die. So if the bed bugs, let's say the bed bugs are only in this room right here. Well, if they go out the door and they've crossed the threshold. They're going to cross over a chemical. If they try to go in this room, they're going to cross the threshold. They're going to cross over the chemical. If they try to go in this room, they're going to cross over the chemical. The point is that you're making yourself a place that the bed bugs cannot travel to. They can't make their way through the house. They can't go anywhere. So ultimately, sorry about that. Ultimately, there's nowhere for them to go. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, hopefully, that makes sense. You don't have to treat all this stuff. Don't worry if there's, if it's a TV or if it's a bookshelf or, with places where you don't want to have to take all your books down and check every single individual book. Bed bugs can't feed on a book. They have to feed on you. You are the food. So they're going to have to go to wherever you are if they are in a book. Let's say you got a bookshelf like right here. Okay? You got a bookshelf right here. Right there. There's a bookshelf. Well, that didn't work. There we go. Let's put a bookshelf right there. Okay? With some books on it. It's right beside the couch. You see? If it's right beside the couch, well, there might be bed bugs on that bookshelf. You might take those books off and treat that bookshelf. But you don't necessarily have to. Because the bed bugs are going to crawl off of this onto you while you're sitting on your couch. And they're going to bite you. And your couch is treated. So if they come up and they come up the leg or they come up underneath the couch or something or around those cushions like I was showing you earlier, they're going to die. You see what I'm saying? They're going to die. They're not going to live for very long. I drew a monkey on window paint once. Cool. I've drawn lots of things on my computer. I've actually used my computer for art. Oh man, a long time ago. My dad used to have this art program that was a pen. It wasn't a tablet. It was like an ink pen, like this. But on the end of it, there was a little ball, like a roller ball for a mouse. The mouse used to, when you pick your mouse up like this, it didn't have a laser on the bottom. It had a little ball down there that looked like the inside of a deviled egg. Like the yolk on the inside of a deviled egg. And you took that thing and you had to take it out. You had to unscrew the bottom. You had to pull that thing out. You go, like that. And you had to clean real good in there and clean them rollers. Put that ball back in there and close your mouse up. And then you could use your mouse again. Well, my dad used to have an art program for the computer. And it came with that. It was like a mouse, but it was a pencil that you could draw with. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I've been drawing on the computer since I was a little kid. Really little. Like maybe 10 years old. 9 years old. Something like that. I'm a rust artist. If anybody knows what that is. If anybody knows what a rust artist is, they won in chat. So when I was treating my door frames, I should have treated the carpet under the door as well. Just the edges, just the threshold. The threshold. Like where you've got the thing is you want to treat cracks and crevices. Places bed bugs are going to naturally want to squeeze into because they like to squeeze into cracks and crevices. They don't really live in the carpet much at all. What's a rust artist? I don't know if I can show you my rust pictures. I don't know if I'm allowed to show you that stuff. But I can show you some art. I got my sketchbook. And then I got I haven't drawn in a long time. So I drew that. That's one. This was in 2016. So it's been a while. I was working on this. I hadn't finished this one yet. That's a castle I was working on. And then, let's see if I got any other ones. I did a Minnie Mouse. So I did a Minnie Mouse. That's just freehand. I did Goofy. And then I did... So, this was 2022. So, yeah. I just draw whatever I think about drawing. So. Oh,
a different type of mite. So there is another type of mite you can get that will live under your clothes, and they're called itch mites. And itch mite, I'll show you pictures of what they look like. You can't see them, they're microscopic. Picture of an itch mite. You're not going to like this when you find out what itch mites are called. Pictures of itch mites. These are itch. This is not an itch mite. This is a tick. But this is an itch mite right here. Mite anatomy. This is the anatomy of a mite. See, they are actually arachnid. But this is scabies. Okay? Scabies. Scabies are itch mites. They can live on your body, typically in your clothes. But, yes. Itch mites. Scabies. Cooties. Yes, cooties. So. But let me see if I got my Steam account. The thing is I have to be careful. Because when you play Rust... What would you call the people who play Rust, Alicia?
Oh, me?
No, not mean.
No, what would I call them?
Yeah. Degenerates?
There's a lot of those on there, yeah.
There are a lot of degenerates on Rust. And so the things I draw on Rust. So this is with a mouse. This is the stuff I draw with a mouse. I don't know if I can actually share this picture. If I go... here. This is one of my pictures I drew on Rust, just if you want me to show you my art. Let's see. So I drew that. If anyone's ever played Rust before, that's one of the pictures I've drawn in a video game my wife likes to play. Now, it's a first-person shooter. I don't do first-person shooters that much, but I like to draw. And so I will sit here and listen to her die over and over and over again, and I'll just draw. So this is another one I drew. If anybody knows who that is. I drew that. And this is all with just a mouse. I draw these with a mouse. But yes. It's the kind of stuff that I draw. And then I drew, let's see. I drew this one. This is one I like. I liked that one. I drew that one. So, it's in a video game. So, let's go ahead and close that down. But I just draw with a mouse. This right here. So. Captain Jack Sparrow. Yes, that was Captain Jack Sparrow. So what's everybody playing for the weekend? I've been here over an hour now talking to people. I need to get back on Rust and play, but I don't play. The thing is, when people come around, so Rust is a game. It's a very toxic game. I don't like bad vibes, man. I'm very much a hippie. I mean, I got a Bob Ross. See, I have my Bob Ross right here. This is my Bob Ross. I like peacefulness. And when I play shooters, I get mad because I die a lot. I used to be real good at them when I was a kid, but I die a lot now. And so I just stay cooped up and I draw pictures, and I plaster them all over the outside of my base. Well, my wife, I usually just bunk with her. I stay with her in her base. She builds a base. She shoots people. She kills people. She makes everybody mad. But they come around, and they see all my artwork everywhere, and then they don't want to kill me because they like my artwork. And so I give away pictures for free. People come by and they kill me while I'm drawing, and I'll get up and I'll say, I don't know why you had to kill me. If you want a picture, I just give it to you. And I'll take one off the wall and I give it to them. And they take it back to their base and they put it on their base. And so that's what I do when I play Rust. And people are like, do you want a gun? Do you want some bullets? Do you want some ammo? Do you want something? I was like, no, I just want to kill people. Just give me some signs. I don't want to kill nobody. I just want to draw. Just give me some signs and I'll draw some pictures for you. Free. What do you want me to draw? And then they say weird stuff, like anime girls and stuff. And they want me to draw weird stuff, because it's just a bunch of kids, right? Because I'm like 41 years old. I'm like an old man playing with a bunch of 12, 13, 14-year-old kids, and they want you to draw, you know how teenage boys are. And so they want you to draw pictures of girls. And that's like, dude, I can do that, but I might get banned from this game if I draw the stuff you want me to draw you. So then I don't play for a while. I drew a bunch of Disney princesses last time I played for my daughter.
With guns, wasn't it?
Yeah, Disney princesses with guns.
Yeah. They were fantastic. Man, I don't even think you screenshotted it, did you?
Nah, I didn't screenshot those. Someone came and
fantastic.
destroyed them before I got a picture.
They were like done in the pop style.
Yeah, they were done like pops. It was pretty cool. Tomorrow I get to clean rodent enclosures and feed a snake. Yay. That's fun. Oh my goodness. Better get rid of the bug before you move. Yeah, I used to know a guy who had pythons, and he used to sell them. And he had like boas, different boa constrictors and pythons and stuff in his basement. He used to actually incubate the eggs and everything. It was kind of crazy. It was really interesting to see. And yeah, I that's not my kind of job, Kristen. I didn't like it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Joe says, I'm getting a serial killer themed food truck ready. Are you going to serve fava beans with liver? Liver's nasty. I've had liver. Liver is nasty. I do not like liver. So my customer, Kristen, used to call himself the boa master. And he sold a lot of boas. Like $250,000 worth in his basement one time, he told me. So he used to get snake mites real bad, and you had to treat all around his snake enclosures to keep the mites out away from his snakes. Let's see, I've been treating with Crossfire, but my next door neighbors have them, and they and the landlord aren't doing anything, so I'm just going to move and treat the new place. That's what you have to do. Sometimes that's what you have to do. That's all you can do. I don't like property managers very much, or landlords. I've got a few I work for, but a very few. Most I don't work for them because they don't treat their tenants right, and they won't hire an exterminator anyway. So I think I'd rather have a python over bedbugs. They're not mean animals. I did a python job one time. The guy was out of state, and his daughter hated his snakes. And the snake, so what happened is he had his dog run through, break the enclosure. The snake got spooked, got out, got loose in the house. And the daughter told the dad was up in like Minnesota or somewhere at a funeral. And she called him and she's like, if you don't get somebody out here to get this snake, I'm going to kill it when I find it. Because she was terrified of it. She hated that snake. And it was like an 8-foot long albino python. It was a beautiful snake. And me and my son went and picked it up, got it, and put it in a Rubbermaid and put a bag of dog food on top until he could get there. He was only supposed to be home in like a day and a half. And he just didn't want her to kill it. So that was the easiest job I think I've ever been on ever. I mean, it was really easy. I just had to go pick a snake up and put it in a container. I would probably use Crossfire if you're bringing in active infestation or the possibility of an active infestation, Teresa. That's what I would do if I were you. Last week, I was awakened by the sound of fluttering like a June bug next to my ear. I grabbed it, but it was tangled in my hair, and I hurled it. Felt like a big June bug. Next day, I had 2 puncture marks. I wonder what that was. Started to hurt the next day. What could it have been? I don't know. Maybe a spider or something? I don't know. Like a June bug. June bugs aren't, I mean, they're big, but they're not that big. I don't know. That's odd. There's very few bugs that leave 2 puncture wounds. Usually it's just spiders. Spiders do that. Because if a mosquito bites you, it's 1 bite. If a tick bites you, it's 1 bite. If a flea bites you, it's 1 bite. Spider bites you, sometimes you'll have 2 side by side because they use fangs, and sometimes they'll bite you with 2. But, I mean, unless it's an animal, like a bat, you know? So I don't know. That's different. Nearly an inch apart. That's weird. That's really weird. Probably a vampire. Yep. I agree with Joe. Do you know anyone that sparkles in the sunlight? What pest won't you treat for? Politicians. They're really, really hard to get rid of. I stopped doing wildlife. I did wildlife up until the end of last year. And I let, you have to carry a separate license in the state of Virginia to do wildlife, so I stopped doing it. But I still do mice and rats, but, you know, just not things like raccoons and bats and stuff like that anymore. I used to. My whole life, I've done that kind of stuff. But yeah, just bugs. Bugs and rodents. Termites. I do termites. Powder post beetles, wood borers, carpenter bees, stuff like that. But not, you know, big wildlife. I mean, if I go to somebody's house and they got a black snake laying out, I don't mind picking it up and taking it over into the woods. I don't ever charge for that. I'm not afraid of snakes. So. Me too, Joe. You can tell by my skin how pasty I am. If I get into sunlight for more than 15 minutes, I burn like a ginger. I don't have red hair, though. Sweet dreams, Teresa. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Cherie just subscribed. Thank you, Cherie. I don't know if she's in here or not. It'll tell me when people subscribe to my channel. But I don't know if they're subscribing from a video they've watched or if they're subscribing from a live stream. I never know. So I kind of weird. It's like, well, do I thank people for subscribing? Because they might not be here. I don't know. My niece found a rattlesnake in her yard 2 days ago. Yeah, I went on a rattlesnake job one time. They're scary. I don't like those. I don't like those at all. Make you feel real uncomfortable. Good night, Teresa. You didn't have to do that. You go on to bed. Get you some sleep. I'm going to go on to bed myself and get some sleep. It's been like an hour and a half. So, anyway, I'm going to get off of here, go use the bathroom, get some sleep for my next day tomorrow. Busy all the time. But y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all next week. Or a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Bye. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Let me get my music, and I can click it here. See, this is good music. I like this music.